Hey there, Tube Surfers. Don here with a quick little video review of the American Leathers Big Shot traditional archery shooting glove. The glove is pretty much brand new to me, so I will spend the next couple of weeks shooting with the glove and then get back to you and let you know what I think of its performance. But today features, so the glove is really a beautiful piece of artwork. These are made in Idaho by John and Lori Turner. The leather on this is, I believe it's elk, vegetable tanned elk. Really a beautiful piece of work. Nice soft leather, thick, and it's got neoprene in the back of the hand that gives you a little bit of breathability. There you go, a little bit of breathability in the summertime. Not too big of a concern today. And Velcro fastener that goes around the wrist. Now, the thing that I noticed in trying this on is that the fingers are quite tight. I ordered a medium, and I don't have a particularly large hand, but the finger wells are pretty snug for me. They're actually quite comfortable, but I think somebody with a larger hand than mine might be a little bit challenged to cram their fingers in there. Nylon webbing loops across the tips of the fingers, and that is very slick, and so that's to ease the release. I think the leather will probably stretch a little bit with use, but I actually like that pretty snug fit. Plenty of room to adjust around the wrist. And what I do notice about the glove at this stage is that it's pretty tight across the back of the hand, and so that's sort of the configuration for gripping the string and shooting the traditional bow. And that's where it's the glove starts to tighten up across the back of my hand. So that actually feels good for a shooting position. I think if I'm just walking around wearing the glove and I want to reach down and pick something up, I get some resistance there. It's a little bit firm to actually make a fist, a little bit tight. They come in 3 different sizes, and you can actually trace your hand and send a copy of that tracing to American Leathers, and they will confirm the right glove size for you, and that's what I did. Just a quick comparison to my old shooting glove. Similar approach, Velcro on the wrist. Not nearly as nice of a fit, really, for me. Got a little room in the fingertips here, and much thinner leather. There is a double layer of this leather over the fingertips, but a very thin leather, and even doubled over, it's quite thin. Now, depending on your shooting style and what sort of tactile response you like to get from the string, this thinner glove might actually be what you prefer. I get a lot of string feeling through this glove. In fact, maybe just a little bit too much. And it's why I wanted to try the Big Shot glove, because what I find is that upon release, I actually get a little bit of rub from the arrow knock leaving the string, and I've had some soreness in the cuticle of my finger from that rubbing action. Anyway, I'll spend a couple weeks shooting with this, weather permitting, and get back to you and let you know how it works out for me. Okay, so I've had about 2 weeks of shooting time. You can tell by the weather around me that it still hasn't been ideal shooting weather here, so I'm getting out and shooting maybe 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen arrows in any given session. My impressions of the glove, I had mentioned when I first got the glove that I found this kind of resistance point when I'm curling my fingers to be very interesting, and I thought at first it was a little bit disconcerting, and I have to say that I've really actually grown to love that feature about the glove. The back of the glove starts firming up when I've got my fingers curled around the string. I like that feeling. It's kind of secure, and it kind of tells me I'm in the right position. And that is, I've also found a little bit adjustable in the sense that if you don't bind the wrist strap quite as tightly as I have done it here, it will give you a little bit more slack and a little bit more room to move your hand and close your fist. The glove has, I'd say, loosened up a little bit. The leather was already very supple when I got it, very soft, but I think it's stretched a tiny little bit. Doesn't seem quite as snug as when I first got it. Kind of minimal feel through the nylon on the fingers, so I can tell I'm pulling the string, I can tell I'm holding it, I can tell where the string is hitting my fingers. All very important information when you're going for consistency with your shot process. So I quite like it. Again, maybe not exactly what you're looking for, maybe not for everybody, but I think there's a certain segment of the market that's going to be very pleased to own one of these. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of work, and very functional, very useful. So I'm looking forward to many years with it. But anyway, I do feel like that I have noticed some improvement in my own shooting. Still got a long ways to go, though.